This is the Ourvoice 360 podcast, our perspectives, our way, keeping you in the know while you're on the go. This podcast was created with you in mind. On Ourvoice 360, we'll give you inspiration, sports, business and leadership tips, Black history, and entertainment. This is a show built from our perspectives. So if you're ready to be entertained, inspired, laugh a little, be informed, and enlightened, tune in now to Ourvoice 360. Let's go! Hey everybody, and thank you for tuning in to another edition of Ourvoice 360, our perspectives, our ways. I'm Chad Bumgarner, 1/3 of the trio here. I have with me my man Pete Hunt.
What's good, family?
And my man Mike Brown, the Don Dada, and the new granddaddy.
Congratulations, brother.
Yes,
Congratulations.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it.
Paul.
And with that, let's go ahead and get into it, Pete.
And as always, we are sponsored by Elect Graphics and Photography. Allow your visions to become reality. And CDB Consulting. Great leadership equals great results. How are you leading?
And folks, if you would like to be a sponsor of the program, or if you'd like to give us some feedback on how we're doing or what you want to hear about, please contact us and let us know at our email address, ourvoice360@gmail.com. That is ourvoice360@gmail.com. Next, we're going to have that inspiration from my man, the new grandpa, the Don Dada, Mike Brown. Come enlighten us, my brother.
All right. Well, today, I was thinking about a lot of things. And when people show you who they truly are, believe them. My father always told me that a drunk mind speaks a sober tongue.
So true.
Mm-hmm.
So true.
You know what I'm saying? So,
It's almost like alcohol is the truth serum. You get somebody.
That's what some people say.
Look it up enough, they'll really tell you what's on their mind. Now, I'm not condoning or suggesting that people should go out and get drunk. It takes way more of a man or woman to be straight sober and tell you how they feel.
Yeah.
On their mind. Yeah. But Mike, I like that inspiration. When somebody reveals to you who they are, you need to believe it.
Believe
them. I think that's the problem with a lot of relationships. Men and women get into the relationships, and the woman may love the guy so much, or the guy may love the girl so much that they see it, but they don't see it. The red flags.
They see it, but they don't want to see it.
Well, yeah. Mm-hmm. And then the phrase, how you sweep something under a rug long enough, it's going to turn into a pile that you're going to eventually trip over.
Yep.
And sometimes it's too late, but a lot of times you're able to recover and learn from it. Mm-hmm. But it's like that denial thing. It's like you want to make it work so bad that you're willing to overlook some things until it gets to the point where you can't overlook it anymore. Mm-hmm. But if you just do like what Mike said, when somebody shows you who they are, believe that.
Believe them.
Yeah, and I think that's what that was what Maya Angelou that said that. I think. Yeah. Maya Angelou that said that. But I mean, whether and you can do that with any relationship, whether it's a relationship, man and woman, or whatever boat you float on, your preference, whatever that is, or you can do it. You can take it to family. It can be a family situation, or it can be co-workers. It can be whoever. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you have to take people at their face value. And and a lot of times people will show you their representative. At first, they're representative at first. And then you really, after however long a time, they'll slowly start to show who they really are.
Exactly.
So we just have to be careful and be mindful of of the people that we have relationships with, and just and be upfront and be honest and transparent from our perspective, from our end. That's all we can do. And then let the chips fall where they may. As long as we're as people, as long as we're honest and and transparent with us, you know what I'm saying, with our own individual person. When we talk to other people or we get into relationships with other people, as long as we're transparent, we know we're good. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And then hopefully that other person reciprocates that same respect, you know, coming back.
Very well said.
Yeah, indeed. And I think that's something that I think that's some advice that everybody should really take to heart. And it's only a matter of time before you get to see people for who they are. And sometimes you're like, yeah, that's what I thought. And then sometimes it's like, wow, that was really disappointing. Because you thought it was going to go somewhere or be somewhere, and then it actually winds up going way left. And it's like, whoa. But that's like what Pete said, you know, everybody has a representative at first. But it's only a matter of time before that representative wears out and you get to see, you know, who that person is for who they really are. Them. Yeah, right, exactly. And you know, you have to be mature enough to see that, process that, and be like, you know what, I really thought we could have had a great friendship or a great relationship or a great whatever. I can't work with that. That doesn't sit well with me. Our character or our morals just don't really align.
Don't mesh.
Right. It doesn't make them a bad person. It just makes the attraction not there.
Yeah. And also and how we represent ourselves on an individual level will also let people know, you know, don't fake the funk with me. Don't play games. How we represent ourselves. It reminds me of back in my clubbing days, you know, when I was hitting them clubs and getting my two-step on. Get my two-step on. It was a guy that I played, and most people know that really know me know I've never drank, I've never smoked, I've never done any of that. But I was at the club one time, and the guy I played ball with, we happened to be at the club or whatever, and somebody was in the club, and I was standing up by the bar. I was trying to get my little 2 bottles of water that I get when I get up to the club, because you know when you dance hard, you gotta replenish. You gotta replenish your fluids. So I was up at the bar, and I can't remember who it was. They were like, you know, hey, round on me. Hey, Pete, what you want? And the guy that I play ball with, he turned around, he said, man, you know Pete don't drink. Why would you even say that to him? Because I represented myself that standard that, you know, I go to the club, whatever, dance, get it on, but I don't drink and I don't smoke. People saw that. Yeah. And before I even said it, I was like, nah, brother, you know, you can give me some water. But, you know, that brother stood up and was like, bro, you know, he defended me, was like, bro, come on, man. You know that brother don't drink. Why would you even approach him like that? Again, just saying that, you know, the person that, you know, we have to be transparent to other people.
Right.
Because, you know, in that situation, that guy knew, you know, he'd been around long enough. I'd seen him in the club long enough, this, that, and the third. He knew me well enough that hey, hold on, brother. I respect this brother too much to let you disrespect him like that. You see what I'm saying? If we put ourselves out there, you know, transparent and stuff, you won't even have to say anything. People will stand up for you.
Consistent with your morals too.
Exactly. People will stand up for you. You know what I'm saying? So I thought of that, Mike, when you said that. You know, if we put ourselves, you know, transparent out front, you know, people already know.
Yeah.
People know what you're about. People know what you stand for.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, so, and a lot of times, excuse me, and I want to end on this final point about what you said. A lot of times, the people before us sets the standard. And we've talked about this many a time, especially with fathers and our fathers and our last name and our upbringing. The people before us have set the standard. So when people interact with us, they expect
that standard to be held.
Mike, that's what I'm talking about. So we also have to appreciate the people before us that's put our name and our name in a good position and in a good standing. You know what I'm saying? That, you know, it precedes us. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, and will we have people in our families or whatever, you know, they'll step out of line or whatever? Of course, that's in every family. But for the most part, when I know when people hear the word last name Hunt, there's an expectation. You know what I'm saying? That I have to a standard that I have to live up to, and I have to be, and and going into any situation, if you know my family, people gonna be like, okay, you Forrest's son. Oh, I know how you gonna be, but if I do something opposite of what they think, they're gonna be like,
Hold up now.
oh, hold on now.
To prove of that.
They'll pull your coattail and let you know.
There you go. There you go. So
now,
we
I know your daddy now.
Yeah, so we also have to be mindful of the people before us that set the standard for our last name and who we represent. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of things that come along with, if a person shows you who they are, believe them, because like I said, they have a track record. Their family has a track record. They have a track record. You know what I'm saying?
Sir.
So we have to individually be able to be on our P's and Q's and dot all the I's and cross all the T's, that we put out a not a representative, but put out who we really are up front. You know what I'm saying? This is who we are, and that's all we can really control. And then we deal with other people the way we deal with them.
That's right. At the end of the day, all you have is your name
and your word.
And your word. Thank you. Because I was at a loss. I'm like, what was the other thing?
Yeah.
Your name and your word. That's all you have.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's all you have at the end of the day. That is really all you have.
Yep.
Mike, we appreciate that, brother.
Yes, sir.
For sure.
Great word. Great word. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to get into the meat and potatoes of our show. But before we do that, I want to give a shout out to the National Baseball League for finally doing what they should have done many, many years ago, and that is recognize the National
Negro
League as a part of the Nationals, and not being excluded anymore. And I applaud them. I mean, better late than never, I guess, is the best thing we can say right now. I hate that it took this climate, and I believe the unfortunate death of George Floyd for this movement to take place, for us to be recognized in any and every field of endeavor. Like I said, better late than never, but I do applaud them for finally acknowledging these brothers. 28 years of elite,
yes, sir,
baseball playing.
Yeah.
And there are a lot of unknown African American players in that league that were hands down 10 times better than what was in the National Baseball League during that time. And if you don't believe me, listen to the interview from Hank Aaron when he was interviewed by my man from the Today Show, and he'll tell you.
Yeah. Major League Baseball was really late on this one. I mean, 70, roughly 70 years too late. But I read somebody tweeted something yesterday when the news broke about the Major League Baseball finally recognizing the Negro Baseball League as, I guess, part of Major League Baseball.
Major League, right?
Yeah. This brother said, we don't need any white organization to verify the greatness.
We don't need validation.
People. Yeah, to verify or validate the greatness of black people. And he said, I've never looked at the Negro Baseball League as something other than great. Than great. So he was basically saying we don't need validation for our greatness. The Negro Baseball League was great on its own.
Yeah.
We really didn't need Major League Baseball's validation for our greatness.
It was great on the. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go
ahead, sir. Go ahead.
It was great on its own, and I apologize for interrupting, but that really kind of bothered me a little bit because yes, it was great on its own. I'll acknowledge that, but at the same time, it needs to be brought to the forefront and the mainstream because here is another issue that we have, as a people, have contributed not only to this nation but to this world, and it has been swept under the rug. All this greatness, all this talent. Now with it being brought to the forefront and being equal to, quote unquote, the rest, now there are a lot of things that has to change. There's some records that's going to change now. You see what I'm saying?
I doubt that very seriously. I doubt they're not going to make Josh Gibson the all-time home run leader. Not going to do that.
They don't have. You know what I'm saying? The stats going to speak for themselves.
Well, I mean, but the stats have been speaking for themselves for what 70 plus years. We've always known if it takes the inclusion of the Negro Baseball League into Major League Baseball for them to recognize the Negro Baseball League as a major league. That means really, I mean, for that nothing's going to change with their records. Barry Bonds is still going to be the all-time home run leader, whether you think he took steroids or not. Barry Bonds has more home runs than anybody in their league. They're not going to include Josh Gibson 800 plus home runs and overtake their league. That's what I'm saying.
I hear you loud and clear, Pete. Mm-hmm. But all I'm saying is when the stats of the National Negro League become as public and mainstream as the existing, people can judge for themselves. I don't expect ESPN to do a 30-30 and say this is the new
exactly.
No, I'm not expecting that. But what I am expecting is for true baseball heads to go back and look at these stats and be like, hey, it is what it is.
But the true baseball heads that really are prominent in baseball didn't recognize that. I mean, they'll talk about Josh Gibson or they'll talk about Satchel Paige starting 160 straight ball games over 3 years. He started 160 straight ball games over 3 years. Anybody, I mean, baseball heads know that. The Tim Kirchens and the Buster Olneys and the people that we go to for, you know, our major baseball stats, or if you go watch the MLB Network, they're not going to, you know what I'm saying? I mean, they may do it now just for a little bit, just because Major League Baseball did say something. Mm-hmm. But for the most part, they already know. And if you haven't done it in the 20, 30, 40 years you've been covering baseball, why are you going to do it now? You know what I'm saying? I mean, okay, cool. We appreciate it. Okay. But I mean, at the end of the day, I'm like the brother on Twitter. We don't need any validation. We already know how great we are. Appreciate it. 70 years late, but okay. I mean, you know, and it's already passed. That, I mean, nobody's even talking about it. I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's already swept under the rug and over and done with. Okay, they celebrate the Negro Baseball League as being being part of the major leagues. Okay, next, yeah, you know what I'm saying? So we can't, you know, and I see what you're saying also, Chad, because that does give the Negro Baseball League more eyes on it.
And that's all. And that's all I'm saying.
By Major League Baseball, you know, saying
more eyes on it. That's what I was saying. I don't expect them to rewrite stuff and have programs, and you know, I don't expect that.
Yeah.
In a perfect world, maybe, but world.
But again, I mean, we need to. This should be, if Major League Baseball is really serious about this, don't do it in February, because you know what's gonna happen. They're gonna have a Black History Baseball Month or something crazy like that. Of course, it'll be in February or whatever. But if Major League Baseball is really serious about this, there should be things that, you know, on their network. It should be something weekly, daily that uplifts the Negro leagues. Mm-hmm. This should be a part of their fabric. This should become a part of their culture, since it was shunned for so many years. You see what I'm saying?
I do.
So if Major League Baseball is really serious about this, there should be some sea change in the things that they promote. They should be promoting Negro League paraphernalia or Negro. Yeah, they need to be doing something.
I'll say this: I don't expect anything you just said, but we'll see.
Yeah.
I believe when I see it. I guess that's what they say now. I believe it when I see it. Yeah. All right. So I just wanted to shout that out real quick. So now, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to get into our speaking points of the hour. And the first one is Joe Biden wins the elections. It's fair and square. It's legal. It's done. It's over with. And what we want to talk about is what we as people, or as a Black people, hope to see in this administration and in this new leadership, as opposed to what we have seen. So Here, let's jump right in, fellas. What do we hope to see? Because here's the thing, for me. Like I was telling somebody a while back, when you're looking at candidates for whether it's the presidency, whether it's for the Senate, whether it's for mayor, whatever, I'm looking for evolution of a person. Okay? We all make mistakes. There's nobody that's not going to have a stain on them, and we need to stop doing that when it comes to people. The thing is it something that we feel like they can come back from? And have we seen a pattern of evolution? Have they changed? You know what I'm saying? Have we seen them grow and say, hey, I've seen or learned the error of my ways?
My thing, go ahead.
And with that being said, Joe Biden was not my first pick. He was not. But with what we have now, him and Kamala, I'm really hoping, because it was the black vote, especially the black woman vote, that thrusted them into the position that they're in. His campaign was dead as hell until he hit South Carolina. Senator Clyburn helped him revive his campaign. That's what helped him. Now I'm hoping, I'm sorry, Mike, I'm gonna let you have it. I'm hoping he's gonna have our back like we had his. Go ahead, Mike. Go ahead.
Here's my thing. I can't say what I'm hoping to see, because if I say that I'm hoping to see something, I know that eventually it's going to be a letdown. What I want to see is, what are you going to do without us having to keep asking you to do on your own?
Okay, say it, Pastor.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? I mean, you could say, well, I hope he does this, or I hope he does that. But I want to see what you're going to do. I want to see what you're going to do without people having to beg you for it.
Well, Mike, here's my take on that. It's like Roosevelt back in the day when the Black Caucus sat down with him and laid out a plan of what they wanted.
Yeah.
He gave everybody a cigar and they sat around and they lit it. And he said, I don't disagree with anything you're saying. Y'all spoke the truth. Now go out there and make me do it. And Biden's in the same situation, because what I'm saying is Biden can't do this by himself. It's gonna take a we to help him. We can't sit back and say, okay, bruh, what you gonna do? He can't do it by himself. It's too many people out there, you already know, that don't want us to rise as a people and be even remotely equal in all facets. So it's gonna take some more work from us, a lot more work from him, and a whole lot more work from others to help us get to a place where we can feel like or legitimately be equal in all facets. And that's going to take a lot of work and a lot of time.
It ain't going to happen in 4 years.
It's not. But we need a launching pad. We need a launching pad. We need a boost. You know what I'm saying? And I'm really hoping that his administration will be that boost that will start the shift.
My thing is, it seems to me like, and I understand what you're saying, but sometimes it seems to me like they give us just enough to hush. You know what I'm saying?
Right, but that's our fault, because that's what we do. We take that and we hush. It's just like why you don't see a lot of us like really protesting and being active, because we don't want our companies or our jobs to see us out here marching and protesting, because we don't want to lose our jobs. That was designed years ago. Hey, let's stop fighting against them and let them fight themselves. Well, how do we do that? We give them jobs, we give them titles, we let them move up to the middle class, give them nice houses, give them nice homes. Now we got something to lose. I'm not finna go out there and march and hold up signs and get on the news and interview people and talk about what's going on. I don't want to lose my job. I got too much to lose. It's by design. That's how I see it. P, you looking at me like I'm crazy. You can jump in at any
No,
time.
no, bro. No, I'm not. I know. I'm just soaking it in, man. It's just, it's like being a hamster on a hamster wheel.
Mm-hmm.
We do all this heavy lifting. We built this country. The country is built on our backs. Everything that's major or everything that's influential, for the most part, come from people that look like me. And we've been on this hamster wheel for a very, very, very long time, expecting somebody to save us. Somebody that don't look like us to save us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
At some point, we have to, as a people, have to look past that and do for self. I mean, at some point, because there's I mean, how long we've been on this piece of property called the United States of America?
Over 400. Over 400.
Yeah. So, I mean, and I like what Biden is doing as far as his cabinet is concerned. Very multicultural, women, love it, love all of that, But at some point, I mean, we have to get off the hamster wheel as a people. And if you really want to affect change, you know what affects change in this government climate? Paper. Money. If you don't have the money to go up to the Senate to affect change, there's not going to be any change. Because if you look at any other ethnic group that has gotten change, they've gone up to the Senate, the House of Representatives, or whoever, with a briefcase full of money
and an agenda.
That's
it. We are the only ones.
Yeah,
we got agenda for days.
Yeah, but we don't have we not pooling no money together.
And you know what? That's not even. Go ahead.
Go ahead, brother.
No, I'm about to say, and that's not even an excuse, Pete, because if we can go out here and buy the latest Jordans and latest
PS5 and
PS5 and all this stuff, just imagine what we as a people could accomplish if we sacrificed that money and said, "Hey, man, whatever senator your name is or governor, whatever, we got 320 million over here. This is what we need from you. We got $100 million over here that we can put
get done.
This is our list of demands. Because the LGBTQI plus community, they have come all the way up to the top with their plans and what they wanted and the money, and they got it.
Yep.
The Jews got earmarked $12 million or plus dollars during the Obama administration. They got it.
Yep.
Why are we paying them? And then no disrespect, but why are we giving them money when the Holocaust didn't even happen over here?
I'm just saying.
So
I could really get off on the Holocaust part of it. Not disrespect it. Bro, I'm telling you, because if you want to look at Holocaust, we've lost over 8 million people just on the Middle Passage alone. Just on the Middle Passage. But that's another story for another.
Let's make it here.
Let's stick to the top. So this administration, we need to put a earmark on that one.
Yeah, we'll put a pin on that one.
But this administration, I'm really hoping, and like you said, Pete, so far so good what they've done. But this first 100 days, I'm really crucial. It's going to be very crucial. And
then on top of that, down in your neck of the woods, Chad,
yes, sir.
They have to come through. Georgia have to come through with these 2 Senate seats, because if not, if Ossoff and the Right Reverend Warnock are not put in those seats, it's going to be a problem.
Yeah,
because because Mitch is going to block everything.
I about to say the Grim Reaper, he's sitting there waiting. I know he's scared. Him and Lindsey, they both scared about what's going on down here in Georgia. They both scared.
Yeah. And then you look at and I know we're stepping off topic just for a second, but you look how McConnell has switched on giving people relief now, for COVID relief. Now all of a sudden He said it the other day. He said, if we don't get relief as Republicans, if we don't give relief to people, we're going to lose those 2 Senate seats in Georgia. So basically, the only reason I'm doing this is because of those 2 seats in Georgia. That lets you know right there how worried they are about losing.
And how much they don't give a doggone about you.
Not a doggone. Not a doggone. But yeah, as far as what I'm looking for as what Joe Biden and Kamala Harris are going to do for the black community, for me it's gonna be status quo. Just like you said earlier. I mean, prove me wrong. Show me.
Y'all, I got to take this phone call. Excuse me. I got to take this phone call.
All right.
It's like President Roosevelt said, go out there and make me do it. We're going to have to go out here and make Joe Biden do what he said he's going to do.
And by even saying that, that's sad.
It is.
But you ain't make me do it. But I mean, I get what you're saying.
Yeah, he cannot do it by himself. He don't have enough help.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of people out there, you know and I know, that don't want us around. Period.
Yeah, no doubt.
Apologize for that, gentlemen.
But,
they don't want us around, period. So what make you think they're gonna help Joe and be like, you know what, the blacks have suffered, too long, man. We need to do right by them. You ain't gonna see it like that from the other side.
Yeah. But again, what affects change in this government is cash. That's what affects things. That's why you have yes, sir. That's why you have lobbyists. If money didn't matter, there's no need for lobbyists.
Exactly.
What are you lobbying? No, you going up there with that cash and that briefcase and whatever agenda you have, and then you making things happen. That's the only thing that makes things happen in this government. It's money. It's money.
That's the part that has to be abolished. And I know AOC was, if I'm not mistaken, she was mentioning something about that's one of the laws that they wanted to change about. You can no longer have lobbyists up there on Capitol Hill. You can't have lobbyists up there. You can't have nobody lobbying for nothing.
Yeah.
And I agree with that.
Yeah, no doubt. Because if whatever you're doing is that important, it'll be taken care of. Without your millions of dollars of whatever. So I mean, really, again, there's a point where, as a people, we have to get off this hamster wheel and stop looking for somebody that don't look like us to change to save us, because they never have and they never will. This is the point where, as black people, we have to pool our monies together, because if you go to any major city in this country, there's a Chinatown or somewhere Asian cultural part of the town.
Yeah.
There's a Latino part of the town, wherever, even in little city, it's going to be carved out. Okay, this is going to be the Latino side of it. They're going to have their grocery stores. They're going to have their shops. They're going to have their food. They're going to have all their culture, everything. There's going to be an Asian a part of town, a community that's going to have their food and their shopping centers, and there's going to be an Italian part of town.
Indians.
I mean, every culture but our culture.
Yeah.
Has their own part of town, their own grocery stores, their own shopping, their own restaurants. We failed to do that for whatever reason.
Well, I mean, we had some help getting in this situation when we can't get bank loans. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. When we can't, get certain housing, when we can't get certain grants or things like that to get on our feet. But you got people coming from other countries that can get a loan lickety split. You get off the boat and get a loan and start your nail salon or start your beauty supply store with 7 years tax free. But somebody like us who were born and raised here that goes into the bank and tries to get a loan, they look at us like we're crazy and then give all kind of made up excuses why we can't get the loan. So I hear what you're saying, Pete, but we had a little help getting there too.
Oh yeah, no doubt. No doubt. Oh, I totally agree with that. But at this stage in the game, we have enough people that have a little bit of paper.
Now I do agree with you on that. I do agree.
We do have enough. We have a lot of people that got they have a little bit of paper that can pool resources together and make things happen and make things, if they really want to, if they really want things to happen, if they really want things to happen. And that's the thing. But we can go on a deep dive on something else that just popped in my mind, but I'm gonna leave that alone. But back to Kamala and Biden. I mean, show me.
I'm hoping they provide more.
And he's talking a good game. He's talking a good game. You know, he's meeting with, you know, the Congressional Black Caucus and the NAACP, and he's meeting with all these groups and saying that civil rights and black folks' rights are going to be on the forefront of his administration and this, that, and the third. Okay, cool. But, you know, we've heard that before.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you know, so we'll see. We'll see.
But see, this time around, like I said, we got to be smart enough to make him do it. See, we fell asleep 12 years ago when Barack came into office. We fell asleep. We fell asleep for the entire 8 years because we were just happy to see him in office. We just automatically expected
it was going to go a certain way.
That was our problem. We automatically expected help then. We woke up when your boy, who's in office now, when he came into power. Oh, we woke up real quick then. We woke up and a whole lot of other people woke up.
Yeah, it was a lot of wokeness.
Right. Right.
It was a lot of wokeness. Yeah.
With the Biden and the Harris ticket, everybody's awake. Everybody's tired of being tired. And everybody's frustrated with business as usual, with Agent Orange in office. So now
Agent Orange. Cheeto man.
Him. It's really gonna be imperative for this ticket to really be on their P's and Q's and really come out the gate day one fighting and doing what they said they're gonna do.
Wow. That's big. And to end it on what I would need to say about what we're talking about. Why we got people out here in these streets feeling froggy?
I keep telling people Rocky ain't real, but they don't believe me.
You got a lot of folk out here that's feeling froggy.
Yes, they are.
And thinking that stuff won't happen to them.
Like they can just say whatever they want.
Do what they will or may, as my grandma used to say. Look, it's 2020.
What's up?
You just not gonna be. I'm just saying, don't make it more difficult on yourself. That's my message to you, to those people. Yeah. Don't make it more difficult on yourself than it should be. Because that dude got security. And he gonna have security for the rest of his life.
You
ain't got the Secret Service. That's all I'm saying.
I see you at the grocery store.
Settle down. Settle down. For those people, settle down, please. My wife and I was watching, I think it was CNN the other night, and it was some people threatening a black leader. I think it was in Detroit. I think she's what is she? She's not on the school board. She's on so she's a pretty big deal in Detroit. City council. I think she's a city council woman. And they've been threatening her. You know, those folk have been threatening her, you know, we gonna do this and do that, yada, yada, yada. And she was on the interview on CNN, I think it was CNN the other night. And this phrase right here told me everything about how gangster this lady was. First of all, she had her glasses right there.
She had them on the end of her nose.
See, right there. Right there.
Look, looking over the top of them like this. So
that when you know
that was a clue right there. And she looked clearly into the camera and said, "For all you people who are trying to wish death upon me, I advise you to walk lightly." I was done. Ain't that else need to be said in the interview? Now
when a black woman talks to you like that,
she said, "I advise you to walk lightly." I mean, we looking at each other. We know what that means.
Yeah, we know.
I was done with it. I was done. And I told my wife, either this is what she's saying. Don't come around my porch or something gonna happen, or don't make me call them people.
Yeah.
Because everybody knows some of them people.
Don't make me call them people.
Don't do it to them, baby.
I don't care if I'm a councilwoman. I know them people. Don't make me call them.
I wasn't always a councilwoman.
Right.
When she said, well, look, for you people that's threatening my life, I advise you to walk lightly. And we ain't talking about Mr. Go Lightly either. We ain't talking about him.
I hear you, Pete. You got the Black history on him.
We ain't talking about Mr. Go Lightly. I was like, but yeah, these folk out here feeling froggy because of old boy up there. They feeling froggy. Walking through DC and cutting a fool and all this other stuff, and you know what I'm saying, tearing up black churches and all. Okay.
Dresses.
Okay, be careful. I mean, come on now. It's 2020 now. Okay. Don't make me call them people.
And it ain't wrong.
I'm trying to tell you.
Just like, hey, like I said before, everybody used to be something before they where they at now.
That's it. That's it.
The key is don't make him revert back.
Yeah.
Look.
Just because you made it up, don't mean you still don't have people on your side that's not quite as high as you are. Everybody got the grimy crew somewhere.
Don't make me go back to Egypt. I'm over here in the promised land. Don't make me go back to Egypt. Don't make me go back to Egypt.
Don't make me go back to Egypt, baby.
Oh, don't make me go back.
Why?
See what you made me do?
I'm trying to live right.
All I wanted to do was do my job.
Every day I got to fight to prove my love.
Prove my love. You feel me?
But those people out there that's feeling froggy, just walk lightly. Just walk lightly. Just walk lightly. Because if you jump,
what they say? Punk step up.
I'm gonna tell you like this. My uncle.
What's that, Pete?
To get beat down. That's what Brand Nubian said. That's what they said.
My uncle always told me, he said, you know, if you feel froggy, jump. Just know that this lily pad is carnivorous, which means it is a meat eater.
I like that. This lily pad is carnivorous.
Carnivorous.
Not SAT.
That's how I learned that word.
That was a $5.39 word.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That was a word of the day now. Carnivorous.
All right.
All
right. Well, let's with that being said, let's roll into the second piece of the podcast, and that is we're going to discuss the vaccine and the COVID-19 vaccine and why Black people are gun shy about taking it, and the history of American medicine and Black people.
And the Black people.
Well, I, for one, am very leery of the vaccine.
Yes,
and
yes.
I don't like to be a conspiracy theorist. But I'm looking at this and I'm trying to, like Pete was saying earlier, how you pull back and trying to look at the timeline, look at the grand picture here, right? So I'm looking at the vaccine. Well, before we go to the vaccine, I'm looking at COVID and why it is affecting people of color so much more than everybody else. Now, from my understanding, it's affecting people of color more because we're the ones with most of the underlying conditions, diabetes, blood pressure, so on and so forth, right? All right. So before we talk about that, we need to talk about how we as a people got to that and why we're more prone to these diseases than any other race of people. So in order for us to get to that place, now we have to look at our neighborhoods and our environments. And what is the one thing that we don't have? We don't have grocery stores with fresh fruits and vegetables.
No good food. We don't.
Desert. What is it called?
Food deserts. Food deserts.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
In our neighborhoods, there are a lot of food deserts, right? So I don't want to say this has been in the plans for years, but if you kind of look at this and where it's going.
Stop sugarcoating it, Chad. This has been in the plan for years. But go ahead. Go ahead. You go ahead. Go ahead and finish your point.
This is just me. Mm-hmm. And so some people look at this vaccine as social justice on black folks. Let's just put it out there for what it is.
Meaning what? Meaning what, sir? I need you to break that down for the people that's listening and watching.
I don't really know how best to put it, Pete.
Ain't no but one way to put it.
This vaccine, I don't think it's really helping us. I think this vaccine is hurting us. I could be wrong. I could be dead wrong. I've been wrong before. I'll eat that frog. But looking at the grand scheme of things, they setting us up so that we have to take this medicine, which is the vaccine. Mm-hmm. Right? And it's supposed to be the vaccine that helps us with this COVID. But now I really feel like it's gonna do more harm than good. I mean, that's just what it is. And the thing is, listening to them talk about the vaccine, you still have to wear a mask. There's still a chance that you can catch the virus. So what's the point?
Well,
so if I just continue to wear my mask and keep my hands washed like they've been telling us, I should be okay.
One thing I know about vaccines is that vaccines actually give you a virus that you're trying to fight. Right? Yeah. That the same virus you're getting vaccinated from, it gives you the virus so your immune system becomes immune to it. So if you can't figure out how to cure COVID, then giving me the virus ain't gonna help me one bit, but put me in harm's way.
But hold on, what it does is it suppresses the symptoms. See, that doesn't make sense to me. You're gonna suppress the symptoms, but the virus still attacks the lungs. That's where it goes because it's a virus. It attacks your lungs. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I don't have the symptoms because I got the vaccine, but the vaccine didn't cure the issue. It's just like with pain medicine.
Put a Band-Aid on it.
They just putting a Band-Aid on it. Right, exactly. Now, with American medicine and black people, I mean, we all know about this syphilis experiment, and there are tons of others where they've done things to, even back in the slavery days, where they've done experiments to black women, especially when it came to giving birth and things of that nature. They would experiment on these sisters with no anesthesia, no kind of pain-killing medicine. They would just do it because they felt like we were less than. But now it frustrates me to no end because the health, the American medicine or the health officials are to me are like giving a blind eye to the past and why we're so hesitant about medicine and this and in particular this vaccine. Now, it wasn't too long ago where it came out that medical students were being taught that black people couldn't do more pain than white folks. So that's why we wouldn't get the pain medicine that the white folks would get. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Which is so far from the truth. We hurt just like they hurt.
Mm-hmm.
And there were some other things that came out that I can't bring to my mind right now. But these are stereotypical things that they've thought about us.
Mm-hmm.
And we've had to suffer because of what they thought. Oh, well, they can handle their pain threshold is more than white people. So we don't have to give them a little bit of pain medicine. We don't have to give them as much as white folks. Says who?
Exactly.
How you figure that one? How you figure that one? So with that being said, and now we have this vaccine coming out. I'm very leery, and I have a couple of family members who are in the medical field. And I trust them wholeheartedly with the information that they give me. But this one particular case, I struggle with.
And now
I truly struggle with.
Now they're talking about making healthcare workers and public servants take the vaccine forcefully.
Mm-hmm.
Which,
well, this morning on the news, there were 2 health officials who took the vaccine who had a severe reaction.
Yeah, everybody was taking it as sick as a dog.
Yeah. So, now I've spoken to health officials about the vaccine. I said my biggest issue with it is because they completed it too soon. Most vaccines take 5 to 10 years before they come out. This one was 18 months.
And it wasn't even 18 months.
Say it again.
It wasn't even 18 months.
Wasn't even 18 months. Okay, I'm being generous, but yeah, you're right. But I was being told that because of the technology that we have now, number one, we're able to do it faster, and number two, this is the first time where multiple countries have worked together on a vaccine. They were saying usually, one company working on one company working on another, and it takes time. But this is the first vaccine where several countries came together to work on this particular vaccine so that we can get it out to the public. Now, I have no choice but to believe her until I'm proven otherwise because they're in the health field. But I'm still leery because, like Mike said, it was sooner than 18 months. And so between the time of working on it in the lab and trials and
give it 6 months.
I
said 6 months.
From March to December.
That's 9 months.
What's the long-term effects? We still don't know that. We still learning COVID. Some long-term effects right now with COVID for men is erectile dysfunction. That's the latest finding.
Mm-hmm.
So we still have a long way to go because the people who have recovered from COVID, they're still monitoring them. Now, I won't say who this person is because I didn't get permission to use them, but somebody I know personally, well, close to me, had COVID, and they still don't have their sense of smell. And they had it, I'd say a couple of months ago, about 2-3 months ago. Mm-hmm. They still don't have their sense of smell, which is dangerous. Because if you're cooking and you're not in the kitchen watching the food all the time, like if you're out, like wash a load of clothes or going to do something else, let's say, for instance, the smoke alarm is going, well, not the smoke alarm, but there's smoke in there. You don't smell it. You can't smell it.
One thing I can say is if now is the time to cook chitterlings if you do not want to smell them. Just wanted to throw that in there. I was thinking about that earlier today. Sometimes it could be beneficial.
Especially with the chitterlings.
I don't condone that. If that's what your boat,
hey,
you know.
But
y'all know
when it comes to, I am not a anti-vaxxer by any stretch of the imagination, but it's something that the creator put in black people. If you want to call it a spidey sense, if you want to call it whatever you want to call it, we have an innate ability to sense danger.
Good. It's called an itis.
Yeah. We have as black people, we have an innate ability to sense danger.
I think that's
I just sense danger. But I mean, the reason why black people, and like you said, Chad, the reason why black people are so gun shy, or so, looking at this from a very skeptical place is because we have a past with how we have a history with how this government and the medical field of this country has treated us as a people. I mean, most people talk about the Tuskegee experiment, which on its own was disastrous because basically you took black men who had syphilis and was telling them that you had the cure for syphilis, but you gave them nothing. You just wanted to see what syphilis does to black men in the black community. And they all, you know what I'm saying? You wanted to see the effects of what syphilis does to black men in the black community, knowing full well.
They had to wait for them to die so they can study what it did to their bodies.
Exactly.
So they were just waiting, like a vulture waiting on a half-eaten or a half-killed prey. That's how they were looking at us with syphilis, waiting for us to die. Yeah. Hurry up and die so we can study your body and understand the effects of syphilis so we can save our people.
Yeah. And basically that's what it was. And people get that confused thinking that they gave black men syphilis. No. These black men had syphilis and they were told that they were going to get a cure. And already knowing that penicillin could kill syphilis, but they told them and they gave them nothing. Mm-hmm. And basically, I mean, to the point where when black men were joining the military and they had syphilis, they would pull them out of the army instead of curing them. Say that they can't go into the army and let the syphilis take over their body. That's how treacherous and how evil the Tuskegee experiment was. That's how evil it was.
Yeah.
But it goes back further than that when it comes to, like you were saying, Chad, the black community and medicine, especially in this country. I mean, it goes back to slavery. Like when you said that, first of all, they thought we had mental problems. Mm-hmm. Well, white folk thought we had mental problems and we were retarded and all of these things that, like you said, we didn't have a pain threshold. Mm-hmm. So they wouldn't give us anesthesia. They thought our brains were smaller and our genitalia were bigger. Mm-hmm. So they thought of us as these sex crazed animals from Africa, who were just ravenous sex creatures and this, that, and the third. And so it's a long list of things that this American medical field has done to us as a people to make us skeptical, mm-hmm. to make us wary. And like I said, the Creator gave us a gene, a spidey sense of danger. Mm. And I feel danger right now. I mean, do I trust it? Heck no. I don't trust it. And like I said, I'm not a person that's going to say, don't take the vaccine, don't do this, don't do that, yada, yada, yada. Do you, boo-boo? Mm-hmm. Boo-boo. Do you? Yeah, you do you, boo-boo. You do you. And if you feel like you need to go take the vaccine, by all means, you have every right. But I'm going to wait.
Yeah, same here.
I'm going to wait to see what the effects are. If it turn people into zombies, I don't know.
Because the results, as far as I know, I have yet to be publicly put out. They're saying it's been approved. It's 95% effective. Da 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 da.
What that mean to me?
What were the results? What were your findings?
Yeah. What that mean to me? That means nothing to me. You need to come with me with evidence. I need to see evidence of what happens when you take this vaccine, because in most cases it takes care professionals say that it takes up to 10 years for a vaccine to be perfected, that it can be used on citizens. Up to 10 years. Mm-hmm. This was March to December. I'm sorry. There's not enough technology in the world mm-hmm. to let me know, to make me think that something's not right. Something's not right. You're really pushing this. Pushing this extra hard. For what reason? For what reason? Because I mean, if you look at the flu shot. I mean, what does it do? The flu shot makes you sick.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, the thing is, and not to go off track, but with the flu shot, every year is a different strain because your body has built up an immunity to the previous one. So it mutates. It keeps changing. And I feel like the best thing to do is allow nature to take its course in your body. Your body is built to fight that stuff. And you need to allow your body to build, because the more you keep taking it, it breaks.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I mean, I've never taken a flu shot. Not going to take a flu shot because I'm not going to make myself sick. Why? Look, let me get sick naturally. If I'm going to get sick, let me get the flu naturally. Please don't inject that into my body. And then I'm just gonna break it down like this. Chris Rock said it best. The money's not in the cure. The money in the medicine. The money in the medicine.
To limp you along, not to cure you.
There you go.
You coming back.
The money's in it it's like a dope dealer. It's like a dope dealer on the corner. He gonna give you the first one for free. He gonna give you that first rock for free. Go on, smoke that. Then he gonna get you on the re-up.
Yeah.
And what
make up for that one you got for free?
What G Money say in New Jack City? They didn't come back for the crack. They came back for the bass.
How low can you go?
Yeah.
What a brother know.
I'm telling you, the money's in the medicine. The money's not in the cure.
Right.
So whatever vaccine this is, Pfizer's making billions. They've already made billions of dollars off of this already. Off the rip already. Before one person was injected, they had already made billions off of it. So again, whoever's watching and listening, if that's what you want to do, please do it. And something else that strikes fear and makes me very wary. They were quick to put the black woman at the front of this.
Because they want us to take it. It's simple. You know what? I was telling my wife.
Wow.
Imagery and symbolism is so powerful. People
don't realize. See, but a lot of black folk, we at the point now where we like, I don't care if Shaniqua did do it.
Right.
Yeah, nothing about that. So I'm very wary about this sister that they're putting into the forefront now, because they don't want to give black people credit for nothing. They don't want to look, we make up something and then they try to take black folk create rap, then Eminem's the greatest rapper of all time. No, stop it. You know what I'm saying?
Not only that, Pete, we create rap. They say it's devil music. They take all, remember in the 80s, they took all them CDs in the front of New York City Hall and put them in a big pile and burned them.
And then they found out they could make money off of it.
So then what happened? They repackage it, and where you see it, it's on Disney. It's on Sesame Street. It's on the commercials now. Justin Timberlake is out here doing it. Eminem come out of nowhere. Bam. Now, everybody rapping now.
The biggest money maker in music right now is hip hop. But yeah. But that put, like I said, by putting her in the forefront, it just makes me leery even more. I congratulate the sister. Thank you very much for the work that you do. Now my thing is this: if it don't go right, who they gonna blame? Because they put her out here as, you know, she's the leading scientist on the on the COVID-19 vaccine and this, that, and the third, and yada yada yada. But what if it don't go right? They already got somebody to scapegoat.
Yep.
They already got somebody to scapegoat. Just as long as if it don't go right, we ain't gonna put the blame on us if it don't go right. If something pops off, we've already put her out here out front. Okay, look, we made her the leader of this yada yada yada. Just in case. That's just how my mind thinks. Because, like I said, they don't want to give us credit for stuff that we made. We created. They don't want to give it now. So now you want to give this sister all these applause and all these flowers and all these. I appreciate accolades and all this other stuff. You see what I'm saying? It just don't sit right with me. But like I said, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait. Well, anyway, if you're gonna get it, you're gonna have to wait anyway, because, you know, they're giving the first response. You know, the medical people and the old and the elderly. You know, they're gonna get the first dibs. And one more thing, while we talking about this, somebody told us that COVID was a hoax.
Yeah, said it was gonna be disappearing in a month.
What'd he say with the little hand wave? It's gonna magically disappear. Yeah.
Like when?
Why are you the first one to get one?
Yeah.
Why are you the first one to get the vaccine? It was a hoax. I thought it wasn't real. I thought after election day, we wasn't gonna hear about it no more. But you the first one, you and your family the first one in line to get the vaccine. I'm just saying. Like I said, as black people, we are wary because of history.
Mm-hmm.
We are apprehensive because of history.
Mm-hmm.
We have history to back up. Okay, you've treated us like crap with your medicine for a long time. You have used our black men and women and babies as guinea pigs for a long time. You have gone to Africa and experimented with your vaccines and killed a whole bunch of folk. Mm-hmm. We've seen that with our own eyes.
And don't forget about the sterilization that took place in North Carolina many years ago with the black women. How they were going for something for one issue, and they come out sterilized and didn't realize until after the fact. Because there was a big apology that came out after that many years later, if I'm not mistaken about that. But how can you apologize when you sterilize all these black women? You just got rid of potential generations of a people.
If I'm not mistaken, Fannie Lou Hamer was one of those women that went in for a procedure.
Yeah,
and they took out gave her a hysterectomy. Yeah, took out her ovaries and a uterus and all of that. Gave her a hysterectomy, and she went in for something else. So I mean, we have a track record with this country and this country's medical system that's not very positive. That's not positive at all. So of course, as a people, we're going to be apprehensive. We're going to look at it like, okay, hold on now. What are we doing here? You have a vaccine that, in most cases, take 2 to 10 years to perfect, and you're going to do it in 9 months. Hold on now. What's really going on?
Because how long was the period of testing and recording, results?
Data.
And who was you testing on?
Exactly.
And that's black people.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, where's your evidence that this is 95% effective?
Yeah, to support your claim.
Because think about this. During the summer, they kept talking about on the news how they were looking for more people of color to test with. They kept saying that a lot of people of color were not coming in to do the testing. So who did you use?
Wasn't people of color.
And that's what I'm saying. You didn't, from what I understand, there weren't a lot of children used in these trials. So if you give this to children, what
they're not. That's one thing I learned. It's 16 or 18 and up.
Okay.
They're not giving it to kids because they didn't test kids. So I do know that.
But at some point,
yeah,
they're going to give this to children. And if you haven't tested children,
well, here's the deal. One thing I'm happy to hear about from the administration that's about to take place in January is that they said that they will not make that vaccine mandatory.
But now you have a lot of companies, especially airlines, that's going to be, if you don't take the vaccine, you don't
have a job,
or you have to continue to wear your mask. Yeah,
but like I said, we'll see how this vaccine goes. Like I said, I'm going to be one of those that waits to see what the effects are really going to be. All of these medical professionals that's getting the shot right now. I pray that it goes well for you.
I do too. I really do.
I pray that there's no lost lives, because in the trials they've lost quite a few people.
Yeah.
They've lost quite a few people in these trials. So I mean, I pray on those folk that everything goes well for them. And again, like you said, Chad, with the imagery, who were the first people they put the first thing they showed on TV the other day when they did the first shot?
Us.
It was a black woman, black nurse, getting the shot. I don't know if she was a nurse or a doctor, from another black nurse or black doctor. I'm just saying. We look, yeah, exactly. They don't never want us first to get nothing. So now all of a sudden you want us to be first. You want to give the black woman, the black doctor, the credit. You want to. I'm just saying. I'm just leery. And like I said, go ahead. I'll wait. In the words of Cat Williams, I'll wait.
Yes, sir.
Just like I'm waiting on the Lord. I'll wait.
I said, waiting on the Lord, Jesus.
I'm just saying it's just for me it's too quick of a turnaround. Mm-hmm. It's too quick of a turnaround. You can't start them in March and then we got a vaccine in December, and you don't show me any evidence that it works. You don't show me any other people. Where are the interviews with the people who took it? I need a sit down panel. I need a panel of people.
Ain't nobody for the panel.
I need a panel of people to sit down and tell us, okay, what happened, when you took this vaccine?
Yeah.
What were the side effects? How did you feel? What were the side effects? How do you feel now? Have you felt any side effects since you've taken it?
Why are you still twitching?
So yeah, man, this is gonna be it's gonna be hard for them to convince a lot of black folks to take this vaccine. I'm just saying. I mean, and I'm gonna be one of those folk that wait.
I feel you. Fellas, that was.
Yeah, same here. Well, gentlemen, as we wrap up, are there any final comments that you want to leave with the congregation?
You're not qualified to be my president.
Talk to us.
If you've never eaten a neck bone and had to get busy and suck that little piece of meat out, you know what I'm talking about? Right there in between it feel like the
knuckle. The knuckle.
Yeah, it's right there in the knuckle. Yes, sir. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in to Ourvoice 360, our perspectives, our ways. We thank you for tuning in, and we want to leave you with a quick Bible verse or thought for this week, and I'm coming from 1 Peter chapter 2, verses 1 through 3, and it reads, "So get rid of all evil behavior, be done with all deceit, hypocrisy, jealousy, and all unkind speech. Like newborn babies, you must crave pure spiritual milk so that you will grow into a full experience of salvation. Cry out for this nourishment now that you have a taste of the Lord's kindness. May the word add a blessing to your heart." Any final thoughts, my brothers?
You cannot be my president.
We back up.
If as a child you didn't have a candy necklace and you ate on it all day, and your neck changed colors and you got gnats and dirt all on the candy necklace, and you just chewing on the necklace all day.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, be safe, be blessed. We are out.
Peace.
Peace.
If you enjoyed this podcast, be sure to like and subscribe to the channel so you can be notified when a new show drops. Please rate and review this podcast and share it with your friends. Also, if you'd like to advertise or become a sponsor, please send an email to ourvoice360@gmail.com with your inquiry. We'll connect with you as soon as possible in hopes of creating a great partnership. And as always, thank you for tuning in to Ourvoice 360, our perspectives, our way, keeping you in the know while you're on the go. See you next week.